I'm Matteo Cibic. I'm an Italian designer. And in this exact moment, I'm in a park, just on top of a parking lot in Torino. I was born in Parma, but I never actually lived there, even though I really like Parma ham and Parma cheese. Parma is famous as well for music. I can't carry a tune. I'm very bad. But I grew up in close to Venice, in Treviso. I remember that there was a grocery next to my home that was doing this kind of bowls of spinaches. And I was complaining with my mom because she was squeezing them in order to eat them, but I wanted to eat them the entire bowl in one go, but that was not possible. I remember then in the other house I had when I grew up, I was in a park. I had this small park, and there was a water well. And in the winter, while they were excavating the water well, the water was frozen. And so I was playing hockey, ice hockey. The ice broke and I just fell inside this water well. That's another memory of my childhood. There is my uncle Aldo, that is a Memphis founder. I believe you know him. Then there is Yasmina Cibic, that is a cousin. And she's an artist, and she plays in the artwork as well with a very strong design touch and aesthetic, but she does mainly movie. And then my cousin, Aldo's son, which is a very good musician, and you can find his song in Spotify. And we are all having birthday like one day away from each other. Well, my parents brought me once to see the Van Gogh exhibition in Arles. And, he chopped his ear off and was very scared by this artist. These mad people. So I would never imagine I would do like an artist career. Later on, even when my home, there were coming many catalogs of Memphis group. But I was finding it a bit sad. I was not really into that. I was finding it a bit sad in terms of graphic and colors and aesthetic. And then when I was 14, I really wanted to turn Pope. I was going to the Mass every Sunday, maybe 2 or 3 times. And so my parents decided to send me at this office studio for the summer, and there luckily there was next door a model agency, and I discovered that it was better to be a designer than a pope. So. You know that people strangely believe me when I say stupid things, and when I say true things, they all laugh. So everyone really believe when I'm like building up stories. I don't know why. I'm very serious when I have to think to a new project, when I'm thinking. So that's why probably I'm never serious, because I think really little, probably. Pandemia. During these 2 years, I learned that if you do things a bit slower and without a lot of FOMO, you create stronger relationship with people. And I used to live in Milan, then I moved to a smaller town, which is Vicenza, the Palladio city. And I understand that it's much more important to do one meeting per day and know very, very, very well one person. And I believe it makes a big difference. to have a stronger connection with people around me and very different from me. So I started to visit the studios and even work with people that are completely the opposite of my character. Not really. A very bad English and some Italian. Yes, but my memory are very bad for music. So I have a playlist in which I put all the music I like. And this moment I really like Nino Rota and from the Fellini movies. No, not even in Italian. I'm sorry. Well, there's a Salone del Mobile. You have been to Arizona 2000, where I used to do my party every year with more than 1,000 people. It closed down, unluckily for COVID. So we did it in Piazza Duomo, in the main square of Milan. And I don't know how do you call it in English. There is a fairy tale about the guy that he play and all the mouse are running. All the kids are turning into mice.
Pied Piper.
Exactly. I was feeling like that. And actually, we did it with Sara, me and Sara Ricciardi. We did this kind of party in Duomo, and then we moved all around the city, and we had more than 1,000 people around us dancing. Actor Peter Seller. Artist Nicolas Party. Architect, I would spend some time with Birne from Big Architect. Andrew McAfee is a writer that has a very optimistic vision about technology and the future. Because I always grew up around the Venice and the Venice region. And the peculiarity of the people from the Venice region are that quite workaholic, and they just go to the point very fast, and are very humble people somehow. So I think I'm very stateless Venetians. Yeah. Maybe Fantasy by Walt Disney. My socks, because I can't find my socks every morning. They are all spare apart. So probably my socks, you're not gonna find it as well. Well, at the time, I was going to school just to do exams because I was working at Aldo's studios. When I did my 1 year off at high school, I went to do a BTech in England, and I designed a big collection of noisters, like tools to pick your nose. And was very weird to look at them now. Then when I was at Polytechnic of Milano, and I was already 20, I was not that young, I had this kind of flip-flop that are used in Italy by very old people in wool. And I just stitched on them some Nike swash. And I was going around dressed up like that and with a car garage kind of outfit. And now sometimes I see the picture and I was really ridiculous. Looking at things, meet people, see a lot of trade show of very different industries. I take more than 400 pictures per day. I have a very bad memory, and I believe that my mind delivers to the phone my cloud memory. I have always less and less memory. I try to work just with people that I like, and in projects that I believe that makes sense towards the contemporary life and future. And I'm not usually looking for work. It comes, for an osmosis process of magic. It is just coming. Most of the clients that I work for, after 6 months, when they see the product, they see the result, they see what happened in the market, they say, you know, Matteo, we call you, but we would never expect you were so serious. We thought that you were like a joker and were doing something not just to. And that's happened more or less with all my clients. That after 1 month, they say, you know, I have to tell you something, Matteo. We thought you were like a joker when we call you, and we would never expect you were so serious and responsible and strict in many things. I don't have animals, so I had to create mine. You don't need to feed them, are quite sustainable, ecologic-wise and economic-wise. You can travel, they stay at home there, looking at the house. I like to create and to, you know, man somehow has always want to reach God, and God was a creator. I wanted to be Pope, so I decided then to become creator, God, even, you know, to a higher level than Pope. It was not enough. I don't drink coffee, don't drink tea, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. So, I mean, probably are not the conventional one. I used to like a lot of sugars. I was addicted to sugars. I was spending more or less 18 euro per day in pastry, which is quite a lot in Italy. But now I quit that as well. So, no, I'm addicted to love. I need to stay with people that love me and vice versa. The poetry of shape and curves is for sure coming from Aldo. Memphis was all. Aldo is just about curves and the poetry of curves. He was spending hours and days just refining curves. And I really like that. And I spend a lot of time taking care of the curves and how to be tangent to each other. So that's what I probably learned the most from Aldo. And then the use of color is the master of color. I try to achieve it. Every day changed. And, you know, I create different universe for different companies and different projects, even if they are my personal project. So I like to create small words that are part of my universe. And so every word give me the possibility of change myself, be another me. Go to the toilet. I check my WhatsApp from India. That's for sure the first thing I do. In the toilet. It doesn't happen. I sleep very well at night. A beautiful girl smiling at me. Surprises. Peter Seller. Too many things are popping up in my mind. Can't say one. Yes, I have to have a proper studio in the next year. I don't have a studio so far. And then to spend more time with people for a longer time. There is a sentence by Julius Verne that was, whatever you can imagine, another man can make it true. So I would suggest to think to the biggest dream you have and what you want to achieve. And then if you really believe in that, you will find someone that will help to make it happen. So it's just a matter of having a big dream, bigger than what you ever would expect to create, and then find the people that will help realize it. And it will come if you really believe in it. Panipuri once a week. None of them. I don't drink none of them. They excite me too much. Red. In the forest, by the ocean. So I'm researching how to do it. It's a long research. It's not easy. So I'm looking for partners to do it, and I'm looking for a director to do a white mirror movie. I mean, a series of white mirrors movie, because we are used to black mirrors movies. Netflix has only black mirrors movies. The entire communication at the news is just about Black Mirror. We have a dark vision of the future, and if we give a black vision of the future to the kids, they are not gonna change the world.